Welcome back, vintage toy collectors. We are exploring toys from our childhood, or your dad's childhood, I guess. I don't know, depending on when you're watching this. So most of my videos are about G.I. Joe, but prior to G.I. Joe, there were other toys that were on the market that I was playing with. And in this case, I remember having this little art set, and I remember that you would create different customizable vans with each of the plates that you have in here, which I'll show you in a second. So I was trying to figure out what the hell this thing was called, and it's called Little Van Goes, after, you know, Vincent Van Gogh, and it has vans, so it's Little Van Goes. So it's kind of cool name. It took me a little bit of time just from memory to find this when you're Googling things like, you know, crayon and van plates and things like that. So I did finally find a couple sets. I have this one. I haven't opened it. I don't think it's necessarily something that was factory sealed, but nonetheless, I never opened this because I don't disturb items when they're in a package. However, we do have an open one, and I'm going to show you how this works. It's really cool. So basically, I put some plates in here already. I'm going to take them out, and there's a little drawer at the top where you keep all of your plates inside. And you can take any one that you want, and you can put it as the back of the van, for instance, and then you have the front of the van, and then you have the middle, and no matter how you line it up, it all makes sense. I always like the ones with the flames, which I'll show you in a second. But you can make any combination you want. You want the window straight up and down, or you want them at an angle. It doesn't really matter. It's always going to come out proper. Now, comes with a crayon here, and if you look at the box here, you're going to see a little yellow holder. Basically, the crayon was held inside this as you rubbed on it. So you would essentially take a piece of paper, and usually, you know, your parents would cut it so that it was a little bit smaller, maybe 3 by 5 inches. You close this up, and you're just gonna rub the crayon across the van. And this thing is probably a good 40 years old, so I don't want to use up all the crayon. You could obviously take crayons from your box and do this as well. You keep doing it, and eventually you're going to get a van. Maybe do the front a little bit more. You'll eventually get some type of van combination, and once you do that, you take out the paper and you can start coloring it in. You'll make some yellow flames, you'll make the van blue, or whatever color you want it. You can feel free to create it. This is a toy made by TOMY. I did another video on a little wind-up toy by TOMY. So they made a lot of toys back in the day, in the late 70s. And you could take a look here. They show you some samples where this person, whoever did this, you know, the ones with the flames, those are really the ones that I liked the best. You can see it on the box. But this is an example of the van device not taken out of the box. You can see, like I had mentioned earlier, a better shot of this little yellow holder that you'd hold the crayon in as you are sketching this out. And yeah, it's unpunched. It's a pretty nice little set. Have some other samples of vans over here. So that's your box. And when you're done, you put all the plates back in, which is good because as kids, we're always losing different plates. So there you go. Little Van Goes, made by TOMY. So make sure you subscribe to my channel so you can get the latest on the old vintage toys.